Welcome. So during this live show, do you have any questions? You can just comment in the comment place, or if you want to know more information about this equipment, you can contact with us. Hi everybody. We are the Chinese company, the Chinese Doing Rope, the Henan Doing Rope. We are located in the central of China in Henan province, and if you are interested in this kind of project, you're welcome to visit our company and visit our factory. We have a factory that is more over 2,000 square meters. You can come here and visit about the equipment and know more details about it. And today we're going to have an introduction about the lithium battery recycling machine. Today we're going to have an introduction about what kind of raw material that we can have and what products we can get and what is the whole production line. So if you are interested in this kind of project, you can contact with us. We are the manufacturer, and all the equipment are built in our own factory. So you can have a visit, and we have our engineering team and the selling team can give you the service of the installation and the configuration planning and other projects. And so welcome. And now we are just on our live show. So if you have any questions, we can have a communication now. Later, we will give you an introduction about the lithium battery. Okay, that's much more clear. Okay, and if you can't see this clearly, you can type it and I can read it for you or give you a detailed introduction. Hi and welcome. Let's start from here. And then this is the kind of equipment where we can recycle the lithium battery, and we can get some products, some metals from it. And this is the raw materials that we can have. For example, the power lithium battery, hard shell lithium battery. Can you see here, the hard shell lithium battery, the mobile lithium battery, the plastic shell lithium battery, and other like the soft aluminium shell, positive of lithium battery or negative of lithium battery. All this kind of lithium battery can use this kind of recycling plan and recycle what products it showed us here. The copper, aluminium, cobalt oxide lithium, and graphite power, graphite, this kind of power. I'm sorry. Okay, and how this product go? Later I will show you. And if you have any questions, you can just comment in the comment places. Well, as we all know, the lithium battery have this kind of 4 products, and the first one is the positive material, for example, the lithium carbonate and other kind of raw materials, other kind of other kind of material, and the negative material, so for example, the natural graphite, the quark, the carbon fiber, and other kinds of things. And it also have the diaphragm. This kind of diaphragm, as you can see, it's plastic. It's also contained in this kind of lithium battery, and other liquid, the electric liquids, are also contained. And our whole products can all recycle this kind of raw material, this black mass, black powder, or the metal, and you can solder it directly or have a deep procession. Okay, and this is the working process. Here, in the working process, can you see it clearly? It includes, well, it's kind of very easy. It's just, well, the broken and separation line. And this is start from here. We have the lithium battery. Well, here, the lithium battery. And the first step we have is to discharge. Here, we need to discharge. We need to put the scrap batteries into the 8% to 15% of the sodium chloride to solutions for nearly 48 hours, and to let the batteries discharge completely. Well, we need 40 hours to discharge and 1 day to dry the liquid water. And this is the first step. And the second step is the shredder. We can shred the lithium battery. This is the first shred, and we also have other shred, the second shred and the third shred. And wait a minute, I will show you one by one. And the shredder will break the batteries to small pieces of nearly 3 to 5 centimeters. It's kind of 3 pieces. This is this step. And then is carbonization. Carbonization, or you can call it a dry. To dry the drying machine, you can call it, and the drying machine can dry the liquid in the raw material. The furnace will heat it to 100 to 45 degrees by the gas or electricity. Well, you can choose both kind of ways to make the liquid volatilize. This is the carbonization or drying machine. And temperature is 100 to 450. And well, this kind of places will have some gas and smell from it. So we need the purification system, or you can call it the gas and smoke removal system. And here you can see the added line is the purification system. So well, just the whole line, only this kind of carbonization machine will have some gas, while the other whole line will don't have some gas pollution or water pollution or chemical pollution. They are all crashed or shredded just physically. So we don't have any that kind of pollution, only the dust, because the waste things, the lithium battery will have some dust in it, and we can use this dust removal system. Later I will show you. This is one system, the gas removal system, and this is second, the dust removal system. I'll show you one by one. Okay, and the first step of the carbonization purification is the spraying machine system. The spraying machine system and the activated carbon system, as well, we also know this kind of system is have a very good effect of purify all kind of the gas, to absorb the gas. And this is the UV photo oxygen catalytic system. Well, it will produce the gas and smoke, because with this bad smoke is not it's harmful for the human body, and at the same time it will have a pollution of the air. And because we have this kind of lithium battery is kind of lithium waste. It's kind of hazardous waste. Well, this kind of hazardous waste, we need some license to have this kind of project. If you don't have this purification line, the dust removal line, the government, for example, in China, the government in China are not allowed to have this kind of project. So we need this kind of lessons, and we need this kind of purification system to purify this kind of hazardous waste. For example, in China, if we are having this hazardous waste to use to recycle, for example, the lithium waste or the CPB board are also the hazardous waste or other kind of waste, oil sludge, and we need to come to the bureau of the province bureau to have this kind of lessons. But if you are the solid waste, we can need to the city bureau to have this project. Okay, that's by the way to have this kind of license things, and the purification system. And later, the first crusher, we will have the blade in the crusher to crush this kind of raw materials, and the crushed batteries around 1 centimeter. In here, from 3 to 5 centimeters to 1 centimeters, and by the way, the blades and the screen in it are the spare parts, so it can be changed, and it will used. The serve life of it is from 1 month to 6 months. It's randomly. So our sales manager will talk with you about this is the spare parts, and we can have the configuration of it. So it is include, well, it is according to the running time. For example, run how many hours, or is are according to the capacity, the amount of the raw material you have. Okay, and this is the first rotary screen. Rotary screen. From this first rotary screen is we can have the black powder for 80%. 80% of the black powder is separated here. This is a false rotation screen, and it has 3 it's 3 outlets, and you can see here. Can you see it clearly? Oh, it's turning back to me. Oh wait, no, never mind. It has 3 outlets, and it's for the black mesh and for the metal, and the bigger one will come back to the crusher to have a second crush. This is a magnetic separator between this first rotary screen and the live vibrating screen is the magnetic separator, and will separate the iron from it. This on one of the metal. Okay, and pass through the magnetic separator, we will come to the liner vibrating screen. A liner vibrating screen is this is a liner will separate the diaphragm. The diaphragm out, and the diaphragm, you can also call it plastic. It is between the positive and the negative. Thank you for like. And this is between these negative and the positive is the diaphragm, and we can separate it out, and the separate percent can reach to 98%. Separate rate, can reach to 98%. You can see here. We can have the diaphragm, and then it comes to the second crusher. Second crusher is also this battery through here can reach to 4 millimeters. From the first crusher is 1 centimeters to here is 4 millimeter. You can get the particle, and then the crusher, then the material will go through the second rotary screen, and it will separate the black mass to 90% of the black mass. This is this kind of the second material screen. Well, length is 4 meters. And so we have two outlets of the kind of black mass. And then is the anti-vibrating screen. And then is a grinder. The grinder will grind the battery around 30 mesh, from 1 millimeter to 30 mesh, and it is basically have three outlets. The first is the bigger particles, and the larger particles will back to the grinder machine for grinding to smaller mesh. And the middle outlet is for copper and aluminium. It is one to mean raw material, and then the end around. The third outlet is for the black powder. And from here, almost all the black powder we can collect. Okay, and here this is a black powder. And then the metal, the copper and the aluminium will go through this air separator and set to separate it. By the weight is different, we can use it to blow it, and the heavier copper will settle down, and the aluminium will at the top, so we can separate the copper and aluminium, and it can also sold in good prices. And this is two main products of our recycling machine. Okay, and during the whole line, we have the cyclone dust collector and the post dust collector. This is two kind of collection, and the cyclone dust collector collect the bigger dust, and the post dust collector will collect the smaller dust. And this is all controls. Well, if your capacity is smaller, is between 100 kilogram or 500 kilogram 1 ton, then you can only choose the post dust collector. You can just choose the post collector is okay. But if you have a large capacity, 1 ton, 2 ton per hour, or 4 ton per hour, then we can both choose the cyclone dust collector and post dust collector. Now, this is some brief introduction of it, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And you can comment in the comment place. Well, we are the doing rope. This is a doing holding. Doing rope. The doing holding is our company's name, and we have 7 subsidiaries. And this is one of the subsidiaries of our company. The doing holdings, doing rope. And we have our branch company in Nigeria, in Africa. So we have our clients in all over the world, nearly 120 countries. So if you are interested in this kind of project, kind of equipment, you can contact with us. We can let you to come to our customers' factory in each continent and have a visit, or you can come to visit our own factory. It's also okay to know more details about our equipment. This is some brief introduction of whole line. First, to discharge, put the scrap batteries into the sodium solution for 48 hours to let the batteries discharge completely. Well, we need 48 hours to discharge and 24 hours to dry out. And the shredder will break the batteries to small pieces and to 3 to 5 centimeters. The carbonization, or you can call it drying machine, the furnace will be heated to 100 to 45 degrees by gas or electricity to make the liquid volatilize, and the gas removal system. We both have the gas removal system and the dust removal system to ensure we are in environmental friendly environment to have this kind of equipment. During the above process, we need a gas cleaning system, include a spraying tower, activate carbon system, and UV auto oxygen catalytic. remove dust. And the remove dust is for the whole line. We will have some dust during the whole line. And the dust collection system include cyclone dust collector to collect the bigger dust and the post dust collector to collect the smaller dust. And we have the three crusher. First crusher and crush the raw material to 10 millimeter, and the second crusher to 6 millimeter, and the grinder to crush it again. And we have the grinder to crush it. Okay, and they also have some lining vibrating screen and anti-vibrating screen to control the sizes of the raw material, to ensure it crash it to smaller pieces. If some kind of equipment, some kind of particles aren't crash it completely. Okay, if can't crash it completely, it will come back to the crusher or shredder before to have a second crash. And this is a equipment feature or the equipment advantage of ourselves. You can have a look. You can see it clearly. It adopt advanced technology for crushing and separation screen. For example, our blade of crusher is used the 6.5 magnesium. It's very high quality and it's very advanced and crushing machine. After crushed, or by the way, for example, the blade or the blade head, we are using the H13 alloy shredder. Okay, this is all are very high quality. After shred separately, then copper, aluminium, and powder of positive and negative plate will be separated in the separation system with high purity output. And the second features is the main technology is to combine the crushing and separation system for battery recycling, achieve greater energy saving effects during the production process, and get a high separation rate of copper, aluminium, and powder of positive and negative plate. Well, our machine is kind of energy saving equipment, and about the data of the energy or the heating energy, you can contact with us, and our sales manager will give you an introduction. Or if you want to know the quotation or the profit of the market, you want to know, you can just contact with us. And this is the layout. Well, the configuration of it will due to different requirements of our customers. Each customers have some difference. Can you see it clearly? Never mind. Now we will show you this picture. Or we have another picture. It's much more clearly. Here. Can you see it? This is a whole line of the shredding, crushing, and separation. And first, we'll discharge the carbon black. Well, it doesn't show the discharging things. And we discharge. Discharge the electricity, the bath into the sodium solution for 48 hours to let the battery discharge completely. And we will need to dry out for 1 day. Then we can put it into the shredder. This is a double shift shredder here. The double shift shredder. It can shred the battery around 3 to 5 centimeters. Can you see it here? This is a double shift shredder. And then we will go through the belt conveyor to the furnace, or you can see the dryer machine or combination furnace. This combination furnace, and the temperature of it is 100 to 450 degree. And during this, the liquid thing will dry out. Temperature is very high, and we also call it carbonization or dryer machine. It will be equipped. It is equipped to use when your capacity or your amount of the material is very large. Then you can choose this carbonization equipment. But if your raw material of per hour is very small, it's very limited, and maybe 100 kilogram, 500 kilograms, then you're not, don't need this kind of furnace. Well, you can heat it by the electricity or by natural gas, coal, wood, or the flue oil. I suppose okay. And then it will go through the conveyor, the belt conveyor, to the hammer shredder, or the first shredder here, primary hammer shredder, or we also called it first crusher. By the way, well, we have some bad smell, just as I said before, the bad smell in the furnace. So we have the purification system to protect the environment, just like the brain tower, active carbon cooling system, and the photooxygen catalytic system to purify the bad particles and the dust and other bad smell. For example, the sulfur dioxide, and other kind of harmful particles. Okay, and this is just we show this the purification system. And then about the crusher, we have this kind of line. Well, the first shredder it will crush the battery to 1 centimeter, and it have the blade in it, the hammer blade, and the material is 65 magnesium. It's very high quality. Okay, and the raw material will crush to 1 centimeter. Then it will go to the rotary screen. The first rotary screen will separate the carbon black around 80%. 80% of the carbon black will separate here. Then 20% of the carbon black will go through behind, and the raw material is also go through the second and third crusher. This is a magnetic separator. Well, we will have some iron in our powder, so it will separate the iron out of the material, and then it will go to the this liner vibrating screen. Yeah, liner vibrating screen will separate the diaphragm out. You can see the plastic out, because in positive plate and the negative plate behind it, between it, we will have the diaphragm. And the separating rate can reach to 98%. All the plastic, we can separate it out. Then our raw material will go to the secondary crusher to crush the battery for 4 millimeter. This crusher, 4 millimeter of the crusher, the length of and then it will go through the secondary rotary screen. This is kind of different. This first rotary screen is longer than the second one, not shown in this picture. This is 6 meter, and this is 4 meter of the rotary screen. While in this screen, nearly 90% of the carbon black will separate out. Then it will go through the grinder. The third grinder, to crush the raw material around 30 mesh. And this basically has 3 outlets. The first outlet is the bigger particles, and here within this eddy removal system, the bigger particle will return to the grinder for the second crush, and the smaller particles, the smaller copper and aluminium particle, will go through the separator to have a separation. Then the carbon black or the black powder, we can all separate it. Then we have the separating rate to 99% of the carbon black. Then by this air separator, we can all collect the copper and aluminium to sort it. Well, the prices is the copper's prices is higher than aluminium. In China, recent years, the copper is between 60,000 or 70,000 RMB. Aluminium is more than 10,000 RMB. Well, the market is changing and the region is different, so the prices is kind of different. But we also have a good price because the waste things is much cheaper, and our products we can get a higher profit. And by the way, this is the dust collector, post-dust collector, the dust removal system, or the cyclone dust collector, 2 kinds of collector. If your capacity is very small, 100 kilogram, 200 kilogram, 500 kilogram, then we only need the post-dust collector. But if your raw material, we will produce 1 ton per hour or 5 tons per hour, for example, then we can both choose post-dust collector and the cyclone dust collector. The cyclone dust collector will collect the bigger particle waste, and the post-dust collector will close the smaller dust. Okay, and this is the 3D picture. Now let's just go on. This is the equipment list, some configurations of it. Well, the black conveyor, you can see the model and the power. We need one. Well, this shows is 500 kilogram per hour's capacity. We need one belt conveyor and a double crash shredder, a belt conveyor. This here we also need the second belt conveyor, and first hammer crusher, and then the wing conveyor. So we own our material are transported by the wind conveyor, the wind system, the wind transportation system. So there's no much of the dust during the plant. So for example, because they are all sealed design, so you can have a face of the dust or the environmental friendly equipment. There's a wind conveyor, so you can see that it's all sealed inside the pipe. First, rotary system, belt conveyor, magnetic separator, and liner vibrating screen. You can see the power and the model. Then the second wind conveyor, the second hammer crash, also blade crash, wind conveyor, secondly rotary screen wind conveyor, grinder wind conveyor, eddy vibrating screen. It has the screen in it. And about the screen and the blade are all the service life is from 1 month to 6 months, so we need to change. Now this is due to your power and due to your hour, your time you use this kind of machine. They are all we can see that they are all the spare part. The wind conveyor, air separator, and the post dust collector collect of the diaphragm post dust collector, or we can use the cyclone dust collector. Well, just as I said here, the spare part list. There are spare parts, and the change period is from 1 hour to 1 month to 6 months. For example, we have the blade and screen and crusher, and the first crusher and the second crusher and the grinder. And the post dust collector, we have the lifting bags. The service life is 6 months. Well, it's much more longer than than other equipment in other countries. In other company, 6 months. And we have the wind system to clean this post dust collector, clean the filter bag every day to length the period, to length the using time of it. And the rotary screen also has a screen for 3 months. So they're all particular spare parts. And when you bought our machine, our customers will give you some plan to have this kind of equipment. Okay, and this give us an introduction about remarks. Well, if you want to know about the cost, you want to know the prices, or just a quotation of different equipment, or you want to know the payment term, you can contact with us, and our sales manager will will give you the introduction of it. Okay, and the price term, the payment term, this shows us 30% deposit paid before starting machine production, and 70% balance paid after machine finished production and customers inspect before delivery. This is a payment. And the delivery time for 55 to 60 days, nearly 2 months to deliver. So our old equipment are delivered by are built in our own factory. So we can't just buy it and have it at the same time. We need to have a production. And you can come to our factory to have a visit and see the production line of it. We are in China, in Henan province. You can come here and visit. It's very welcomed. And the installation, commission, and operation training. Our engineer can come to your factory to have the installation service and the training service. A warranty. And warranty period is 1 year. And expect wearing parts and man-made demand. This is a picture of our equipment. You can have a look. It's a whole line. This is to collect the black carbon black mass. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can contact with us. You can type in the comment place, or you can leave your requirement, leave your WhatsApp number or email or the telephone to us, and our sales manager will give you an introduction. Okay, let's start it again. This is all the introduction about the lithium battery, about the raw material, the products, and the whole line, the layout. If you had any questions, you can talk. I'm not sure I can't see the number in this live show. So if you're in here, you can say hi to me. I can't see the number of it. Okay, and welcome our new friends. We are the Doing Group, and now we are talking about the lithium battery collection recycling plant. You can have a look about the whole line. Wait a minute. You can have a look. And any questions you can just ask here. The whole line. It's very clearly. Okay, and welcome our new friends. We're today talking about the lithium battery recycling machine. We can get the copper, aluminium, and the black powder from recycling the lithium batteries waste. Well, in our daily life, we have much more this kind of waste things. So let's have a big market to have this project. And if you want to know more, you can talk with us. It's not environmental friendly of this kind of project to save the resource, but also to have some profit, to sell the copper, sell the aluminium. And have the we can recycle the valuable metals, except the copper, aluminium. We also have the lithium, nickel, cobalt from it, and to recycle it and sell it. It's have a big market. And in recent years, many customers will have requirements, have inquiry to us to know more about this kind of equipment. So today we are going to have an introduction, to have a live show, to have an introduction about this. This is the whole line, and also we can see this is the processing work. You can have a look, and any questions you want to know, you can type in the comment place. Well, we have the copper lithium battery. Then by the first step, we discharge the electricity in it. Then we can get the pure a lithium battery without the electric. So then we will go through the shredder, crusher, and rotary screen to crush it to the small pieces, and we can have the 10-20 mesh of the pieces to get the black powder from it. Then by the air separator, then we can get the copper and aluminium from it. The aluminium is cheaper than the copper, but it also can have good prices. Well, the market is random, and the region is different. The prices is different. For example, in China, we can sold it for 60,000 RMB to 7,000 RMB for the copper. Very high quality. The separation rate is very high. It's very much more pure copper without any other mixed things. And at the same with aluminium and the black powder. Black powder will have some lithium in it. And this is a whole line. And we are doing rope in China. We are the Chinese company. I'm not sure how or when it's in your countries, but now is the afternoon in China, and you can come here, have a visit of our own factory, more than 40,000 square meters. You can come here, and we will give you any more introduction. If you want to contact with us to know more details, and welcome. If you want to know more details about the waste recycling machine, you can come to our factory. It's in Henan province. Welcome. We are doing rope for the lithium battery recycling machine. You can contact with us and leave the message to us. You can get the lithium and copper from the recycle. Hi, and welcome our new friends and old friends. Just any questions, feel free to contact with us. And the top of our background shows is the 3D layout. Sorry, it's not 3D, 2D. It's the working process of it. And just any questions you want to know, you can contact with us. If you don't have any questions, we will continue our introduction. Our material feature. We have a very high advanced technology about the material, the crushing and separation system by the material of the magnesis or the alloy, other crusher separately, then copper, aluminium, and powder, positive, negative, will be separated in the separation system in very high purity output. New technologies combine the crushing and separation system for battery recycling, achieve greater energy saving effect during the production process, and get a high separation rate of copper, lithium, and the powder of the positive and negative plate. And you can see the separation rate is very high, almost more than 98%. And content of metals in the powder is smaller than 1%. You can have a look about this. And we have our engineering team, so we will know your requirements, know your capacity, and our engineer will give you an introduction and give you the plan or one plan or two plan of the layout of depends on your configurations and depends on your factory. This is the 3D layout. The conveyor and the double line crusher, the carbonization system, first crush, second crush, and rotate first or rotate. Second rotary, and this is a separation. In the dust removal system, you may have a concern about the pollution. Well, we can tell you the only pollution the whole line have is the dust and the gas. So we have the dust removal system and the gas purification system. The whole line have the dust collector, the post dust collector, and the cyclone dust collector. And for the carbonization system, we have the purification system of the smoke and dust. So if we release, when it release, it can reach to the standard of different regions. This is a equipment list. The belt conveyor, double shaft shredder, belt conveyor, the first hammer crusher, wind conveyor is all sealed without pollution, will not come released to the air, and the first rotary screen, belt conveyor, magnetic separator to separate the iron, liner vibrating screen, and the secondary hammer crusher, wind conveyor, secondary rotary screen, grinder, wind conveyor, additive vibrating screen, wind conveyor, air separation to separate the carbon black. Sorry, it's not. Sorry, separate the copper and aluminium. The post dust collector, collect for the diaphragm, and some spare part. When you buy our equipment, our sales manager will give you introduction about the spare part and the configurations of different capacity. For example, if your capacity is much more smaller, we may don't need to have the carbonization system, or don't need to have the cyclone system. Or if you have a large capacity, we can have 2 lines of the separation, or more line. You can see the changing period. They are spare parts. The changing period, well, this is much more longer than other equipment in the market, other machine. You can have a comparison of the different company, different equipment, if they whether they have different own factory, whether their material of the blade, material of the screen have. And there are some remarks. We had a period time, 1 year of the warranty period, and we have the installation and operation training. It's all finished by our engineer. And the delivery time, 35 days to 60 days, because due to how many configurations you have, how many machines you have, and the most just no more than 2 months you will have the equipment. And we have the cooperation of the transportation company, so you can trust this company. We are founded. Our company is founded in 2011, and we have the history of 13 years, 14 years. We have the experience of the transportation and the build of the equipment and manufacturing, and the experiment of the whole line. We have the mature engineer, selling, and after sales team. So this is all today's live show, and some pictures you can have a look. And no more questions. We will end this today's live show, And if you have any questions, just feel free to contact with us. Today we are the Doing Live show. We are the Doing Holdings, Doing Rope. And we have our subsidiaries in Nigeria. You can come to our branch company too. So this is all the introduction about today. And any questions, feel free to contact with us. And thank you for your today's live show. Thank you for today's watching. And